This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Shaft, which I'm pretty sure is the quintessential blaxploitation film, but I haven't done much research in that regard. Directed by Gordon Parks back in 1971, it follows John Shaft, private investigator and one bad mother, having to deal with enemies trying to do him in, and the police who are trying to reel him in. He ends up embroiled in a rescue operation when a mob boss comes to him, asking for his help in locating and rescuing his kidnapped daughter. When a lead on a suspect results in an ambush and shootout, Shaft pieces together that he just might be caught in the crossfire of a mafia war, one which could explode into an all-out race war. Naturally, Shaft doesn't have time for that crap, and has to figure out how to put an end to all of this. As you can guess, this movie starts off with a bang and doesn't let up. Well, it lets up a bit when it needs to get some story across, but otherwise the momentum is held up between scenes and across the story as a whole, especially as the stakes rise. The action scenes help as well, obviously, and it's a bit refreshing that the action we get does flow with the story, rather than happening for the sake of a fight before being ignored after the next cut. Granted, it's not always a perfect flow, but there's a clear amount of effort put into the overall production, with a few themes about race and inequality peppered here and there. While that does obviously play into both the greater gang war and Shaft's own place in the investigation and the local police system, the film as a whole just wants to focus on telling a good contemporary detective story, reflecting the world around the viewer. It works out well in this regard, in a way setting up the roots of blaxploitation in its use of a real-world setting with larger-than-life characters. It's kind of odd to see that the leading characters of blaxploitation went from fighting crime to thriving in luxury because of it, but then again, that may just be what people wanted to see. Again, I never did any research on the era. Anyways, the technical side of Shaft is, as you can guess, pretty rough around the edges, given how everything was shot on location. Cinematography tends to stay wide, with some close-ups here and there, but otherwise keeping more to single takes, maybe because of limited shooting windows. Angles and shot compositions are also pretty flat because of these limits, but they do try to make up for it by cutting a lot to keep the energy of scenes well paced. Editing overall helps to mask the film's errors, though for the most part it's treated normally and with few creative touches. The music of the film is especially a highlight, with a moody and jazzy soundtrack that complements every scene, and a theme song to match, which itself probably doesn't need anything more said about it. Odds are that more people have heard the song than have actually seen the movie. If that's the case, it's a bit of a shame, though not too surprising since it's faster to listen to a song than watch a movie. Either way, the movie itself deserves a chance to be heard, and it certainly deserves its place in film history. I'm sure it has one, at least. Again, no research on the subject. Shaft. Gordon Parks, 1971. 4 stars. Obviously, I recommend giving the movie a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I should probably clarify again that the movie isn't without thematic content or messaging. I think it's more that they just wanted to put the story itself first over anything they might have thought was preachy. I can't say for sure. I just know that the movie is fun.